So our project is on JavaScript. Group members include Mohammed and Alexis. What is JavaScript? JavaScript is the programming language of the web. It is a scripting client-side language. JavaScript is a multi-paradigm language. It is event-driven, functional, imperative, object-oriented. But the thing about JavaScript is not Java. See, Java is mainly a object-oriented language, while JavaScript is a scripting language that also has object-oriented programming. Um, JavaScript has a similar structure as Java, but it contains much smaller and simpler set of commands, whereas Java is much more complicated, as we know. Java is where apps can run standalone or on a browser, whereas JavaScript is mainly geared towards the web, the browser, but it can be used on other devices and stuff. And for JavaScript to function, JavaScript code needs to be inside of HTML code to properly work. How JavaScript works is that the browser interprets the text and executes the commands of JavaScript. And that's basically what JavaScript is. JavaScript is a long distant cousin of Java, but it is not Java. Next, we have a demo for you to display how JavaScript works.
So what I'll be showing for the demo for JavaScript is how to manipulate the DOM. And what I mean by that is like just adding functions that would make the web page dynamically change based on what the user does. So for instance, for this demo, I'll be showing that when you click on the web page, things could change like the background of the color. So that's what I'll be doing for the demo. So without further ado, I'll start it. All right, so this is the web page I'm going to be working with for the demo. And I've just written some text here to show what I'll be changing. And it's not a lot of code. It's pretty much just this. And this is all the HTML that's going to be written. The rest is going to be written in JavaScript. So to get started, I want to be able to change the background of the web page. And to do that, I need to add an event listener, where every time I click the web page, the color changes in the background. So in order to do that, I need to add something called this, where it's window.q, or not add event listener, and then click. And what the first parameter is just pretty much what the event listener is looking for. So what does it need, or what needs to happen for it to execute? So in this instance, every time the user clicks on the web page, this certain block of code is going to execute. And the second parameter is the block of code that will execute, which in this case could be a function that could either be written here, or you could make one right here and then write the code in there. So just to make it look cleaner, I'll be writing it here. I could have function and then have some name for it called change background. And then here's where we'll be changing the color. So before we could change the color, we need to get the element of the body, which is, in order to do that, you would need to do something called var body is equal to document.body. And what that pretty much does is gets the body of the HTML element. So once you have that, you'll be able to change it. So let's say we want to change it to the color red. We'll be doing something like body.style, because we want to change what it looks like. And then the background, we want to change the color of the background. So in this instance, we could change it to red. We could do that. And then once we have that, we add our function to the event listener. And let's see if it works. So if you click, it changes the color of the background. Now, what if you don't want it to like always stay red? What if you want to change it a different color every time the user clicks again? We could do something like have it change every 2 clicks. It'd be or every other click, it could change a different color. So what we need to do is add a constant variable that keeps track of the number of clicks that are executed. So you would need this, and what that pretty much is it keeps track of the clicks. So every time this function executes, we know that like it's like how many times it's clicked. So this would doing this would make sense, where you would just do increment the click counter. And then once you have that, you pretty much just want an if statement, where if you do click mod 2 is equal to 0, that pretty much means like every time the user clicks, every other time, it'll change the color of the background. So in this instance, we could try changing it to, let's say, style.background is equal to light blue. And then if it's not, if you just click it the first time, or like every odd number clicks, you change it to the background red. So then after that, let's see what we get. So it starts off like that. You click it once, it turns red. Click it again, it turns blue. And then I could keep clicking and it'll be alternating colors constantly all the time. And yeah, that's what I wanted to show for the demo. So thanks.
So why learn JavaScript? As you saw in the demo, a really good reason to learn JavaScript is because of how fast the production of the product is. As you saw, once you had that code, you could see your product instantly. And it's great for web design, websites. It adds more dynamic features to what would have been static, where HTML is for the structure and CSS styling, but JavaScript is for making it more dynamic and interacting with the web pages. It's great for front end and back end developers. Front end for front end developers, knowing JavaScript is a must, as JavaScript is the fundamental of web design and web development. And for back end, JavaScript has become more open to interest back end developers as well. So it's a wide range of learning. And with JavaScript, the thing is that it comes with so many different frameworks that you never get bored. So you just keep on learning. So if someone wants to, rather than someone learning a new language, they can learn a new framework of the language. And JavaScript provides that. And why the last reason to learn JavaScript is because JavaScript is popular and is used in the real industry environment, whereas a language that is not so popular, not so used, and is not so common. So learning JavaScript is beneficial. Thank you.